Welcome to the Industrial Shift, the show where we unpack the real opportunities in Nigeria's industrial future. I am Opeyemi Olopade, and today we are diving into a big question. Why does Nigeria need more factories, not more flats? For years, real estate has been the go-to investment for Nigerians with capital. But if we are serious about wealth creation, jobs, and sustainable growth, we must start looking at manufacturing as the smarter long-term play. Let's start with a reality check. Drive through Lagos, Abuja, or Port Harcourt today, and you will see estates springing up everywhere. Blocks of flats, duplexes, terraces, shopping plaza, you name it. Now, real estate is good, don't get me wrong. It gives people a sense of security and in some cases, rental income. But here is the truth. Real estate creates very few jobs beyond the construction stage, and its wealth effect is limited to a small cycle. On the other hand, manufacturing creates a value chain. One factory can employ hundreds directly and thousands indirectly through suppliers, logistics, maintenance, and distribution. Here is why factories matter more. Job creation. Every factory worker supports a family. A new estate may house people, but a factory feeds people by giving them work. Value addition. Take raw cassava for instance. In its raw form, it is cheap, but when processed into starch, ethanol, or pharmaceutical inputs, its value multiplies. Real estate doesn't create new value like this. Export potential. Imagine Nigeria exporting finished goods, paints, lubricants, packaging materials, processed foods, not just crude oil like we currently do. That is forex stability. Technology transfer. Manufacturing forces us to adopt better machines, better skills, better standards. Check out the historical growth of manufacturing countries like India, South Korea, and Pakistan. Real estate, on the other hand, just keeps us stuck on brick and mortar. In short, factories create wealth that multiplies. Flats just redistribute wealth. But let's be fair. Why do people keep putting money into real estate? It feels safe. Land rarely depreciates. But let's not forget that factories also sit on land. Banks understand it, so financing is much easier. It is also tangible and feasible. Investors can touch a building, but a factory, that requires trust and a lot of technical knowledge to understand its workings, the processes, and how to get there. And here lies the big problem. Lack of trust in entrepreneurs and the lack of knowledge about industrial opportunities. This is the gap we are trying to bridge with this podcast. Think about China in the 80s. Their economic boom didn't come from building apartments first. It came from building factories. Today, Nigeria has over 200 million people. By 2050, we'll be close to 400 million. If all we do is build houses, who will pay the rent if people don't have jobs? Factories create the job that pays the rent. Without industry, real estate collapses into empty shell. Let me give you a simple example. A tomato factory in Kano doesn't just employ machine operators. It employs farmers, transporters, packaging suppliers, even IT technicians. That's one investment creates an entire ecosystem. Now, compare that to building a block of 50 flats. Beyond construction workers required during the construction phase, and maybe a few caretakers, the economic impact is very limited. This is why countries that industrialize lift millions out of poverty. Real estate alone cannot do that for us. So what does this mean for you, whether you are an investor, entrepreneur, or policymaker? If you have capital, consider putting some of it into productive industries. When we say factories, let's not overthink it. It could be something as small as a bakery, a steel nail production plant, meat processing plant, or a paper cup factory. A factory is not limited in size or scope to multi-billion naira investments like the Dangote refinery. If you are a business owner, start thinking about how to scale from trading to manufacturing. What part of the things you import to sell can easily be manufactured locally? Also, it doesn't always have to be about finished products. You could manufacture something that is an input for a final product. An example is processing cassava tubers into high-quality cassava flour, HQCF, which is a gluten-free substitute for wheat flour in bakery and confectionery products. It is also a sought-after raw material for producing glucose syrups and industrial alcohol. It is also an ingredient in non-food sectors for adhesives and textile. And if you are a policy maker, community leader, or industry regulator, create an environment that supports factories instead of just celebrating new estates. Support the government on their drive for improved ease of doing business. This podcast is about helping us see beyond bricks, to see the machines, the people, and the opportunities that can transform Nigeria. Next episode, we will dive deeper into the trust and capital gap, why investors hesitate to fund factories, and what we can do to change that. Until then, remember, real wealth is made in factories, not flats. I am Opeyemi Olopade. I would like to know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe.